And we're back.
Hey! We fucking did it.
Wake the fuck up. It's Thursday morning.
Yes, it is.
We've got Steve Williams on here. Steve Whatstyle.
Whatstyle? I put it in quotations. I was like, I hope that's not his middle name, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Thought about changing it, but
Yeah?
just for
Is the middle name cooler, though? What is it?
yeah, it works. That's normally how I like my put the in parentheses.
There you go.
Yeah.
On my,
Quotations.
my email
Signature?
sort of signature thing
Yeah.
you send them. It's like your full name, address, email.
Where'd that come from in the first place?
It's a good story. I was living in California, in Southern California, hanging out in Upland, California, right off of 10. I was a Marine out in 29 Palms. It was like a 2-hour drive to get there, and that was like the only place to get music in that area, San Bernardino, Riverside. So, and fashion was really, all these California kids assert this skater look mixed with this look, and punk was, I guess at the time, punk was changing a lot. It was going into the 90s punk. So
Yeah,
like
right.
Pop punk.
A little
and-
more
and,
poppy, yeah. More mainstreamy.
Basically getting away from all the prog rock and things like that was going on in the 80s. Still the hair metal was
Yeah.
the 80s. And I was ragging on my friend's little brother. I'm like, dude, look at you. I said, what is that? And his mom goes, well, what style are you?
Oh, fucking.
And I just went, it just stuck with
A
me.
motherfucking Steve Whatstyle.
And then I came home and it's, it just was in Delgado Commercial Arts. And then they go, you got to come up with a name. You got to come up with a signature. You got to do
okay.
this. You got to brand this, the whole, you learn the rules, I guess, of art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Branding
How to
your
make
shit.
money doing this.
Well,
And
protect
just trying
your
to,
shit.
Yeah, just, for me, it was just, I'm prolific at it. And it was doing my thing,
Yeah.
But I had to come up with a name, and then I had that, and then,
You were always into art?
Yeah, I've been doing art.
Is this what you do as a job now?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. Just all
I've been doing it
graphic
for, it's been a while.
shit? Yeah.
I guess it started like 92,
Yeah.
but then I started working for other people in like 95.
Okay.
So then I went and worked, and my buddy had a screen printing shop, so I went over there and started, designing.
Yeah.
So
you work
like
for
any-
yourself now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
So everything, just, taking clients, whoever needs work done. you
Right,
know,
yeah.
And I could get any promotional product you need.
Yeah.
So all the fun stuff.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. If we can, we got a couple of things. The shirt that
Yeah,
you
that
drew.
was-
We got
We
the
got the
shitbirds up there.
shitbirds poster.
Yeah, but that's
that you
not
did.
it. We've heard from multiple
another
people that
thing.
we've interviewed that, what was it, Hex? He said that you did the artwork for the school.
Yeah, for
Yes.
his wrestling team and his
Yeah.
urban farming team.
Nice. Okay.
He's a really cool, he's an interesting guy.
Yeah, he is.
is.
He's the wrestling coach over at Haynes Academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he wrestled, so we kind of had this when we met. I don't know, maybe one of the shows, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, Highway Robbery, we started talking
Right.
about,
I like that band.
kind of getting to know each other. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I love wrestling. And he's like, oh, well, you got, because I remember when I was wrestling, we were some, public school poor kids, man. We had to, we didn't have no,
Nothing nice
look,
on it.
we
yeah.
coming in with
a number.
whatever jacket you had,
Yeah.
whatever you're just walking into a wrestling match and for meet, and all the other kids had the
Teamed up and
zipped
shit,
up,
yeah.
they all, and we're like, all right, whatever.
Now you're assistant coach with that shit now too, huh?
I go over
like,
there, yeah. I
So I
go
saw
over
him put
there
a post up with that shit, and I thought we talked to you at a
Yeah, well-
Siberia thing, saying that you picked it up.
I think the season's over with right now, maybe.
It was good. It was fun.
They
doing
did-
it
Yeah.
for you.
Oh, I really, really enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
something. It's something. If you never, I tell any kid, go wrestle, at least for a year.
Yeah.
You first just get in and do it, and then look yourself in the mirror before and look yourself in the mirror after, and ask yourself, "Are you ready?" And it just balance you. It's a total body enlightenment of balance of yourself.
Right.
So don't put nothing in your hands. You got just use this vessel that you're in, and do your
Oh,
thing.
right. Yeah.
No matter what it is, and it's not just wrestling. It goes into music. I wish I could
Right.
play guitar as well as I draw and drums more. Just
Right.
things like that. And I did mess around with it, but I was kind of picked my poison.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm surround myself by musicians.
Exactly. That's
And
kind of the thing.
That's my thing.
And then like the shirt, you got the radio show on
that's
WHIV.
Thursday nights tonight.
There you go.
8 to 10. It's on right now. I've plugged it in before it came.
Nice. You pre-recorded? Do you do any live things? Or
Yeah,
is it
it's
because
live.
of tonight,
It's live. Yeah. It works out. I've been on the air 10 years
Yeah.
with them.
Nice.
I'm one of the founding members, and we put that together. And my show's call it the 504 Underground Music Show, and it takes you from the 50s to present time and underground music from Louisiana.
Nice. Okay. I didn't realize it was that. Yeah.
So for all these years, I met a bunch of guys out at the festival in
clicked.
Vegas, and they had all these compilations of old doo-wop from New Orleans.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, in Louisiana, all Louisiana, they had different states. Like this company bought,
all the fucking
rights to a
yeah.
song. Because everybody put out a 7-inch, So if you didn't go further and it wasn't a hit, maybe you put out another one.
Yeah.
But,
Well, and after a certain amount of years, it just goes into the ether now. Like anybody can have the shit,
So it's just there. I mean, whenever you look. And it's a balanced thing to where, you know who you are.
Yeah.
And as an artist, you have to figure out who you are. I was an awkward kid,
Yeah.
going through school, but I had all these imaginative ideas and looking at the records and listening to the records, and it was just, I was in it.
Yeah.
And then that was like, okay, drawing Iron Maiden covers, all these things. And,
Fuck yeah.
And, there was a space in New Orleans that had a void in it, and I just jumped in and went with the rest, twirl until today.
Did you always wanted to do any kind of radio stuff? Or is this kind of something that
I
kind of fell into?
DJ'd a lot when we were in high school, even before that, but we make mixtapes.
Yeah.
And we bring the boombox and a mixtape set and a beer, and we'll throw down.
Fuck yeah.
What school did you go to?
I went to East Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
And you're from Louisiana
Yeah.
all your life?
Yeah. Except for when I went out, joined the Marine Corps, and traveled
Right.
the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but from
And why did you?
Gentilly, everywhere. I went to 8 different schools before I graduated.
And you were doing art in all those schools?
Yeah.
You're
Just drawn for myself. The art classes were, I don't know, I don't really remember if they had it. I just remember doing art all the time.
Right.
I'll draw designs on your notebook. Everybody's like, I already did mine. He was like, do mine.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
so it was
mine.
more like a natural art,
Yeah.
not a schooled art that you were doing
right.
at the time.
In the beginning, yeah.
Yeah. And then what ended up taking you to the Marines, or why'd you go there?
That I was lost.
Yeah.
And I really wasn't, as I reflect, but I wasn't happy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a battle that's been going on my whole life as a kid, moving into, 18 years old, 19. I think I went in when I was 19. I went a year of college, went and partied.
What college?
I went to Nickel State
Oh, okay.
for a
Nice.
year,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that was like insane.
Yeah. I know a lot of people
Insane.
that went there and definitely partied fucking
My
hard.
friends went
at that
to
fucking shop.
I guess cooking school there or
Mm-hmm.
chef school.
Yeah, that was it was all because I worked in restaurants. Everybody I knew
is that
came out
what
of that
you went
shit.
there for?
No, I just went for general studies in the beginning, but they had drinking and women. It was,
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
it's the
just,
place to be for
It was so. It was. All right, imagine 1985.
Mm-hmm.
And you got you had your pits, you had your preps, and then you had the oddballs and the jocks or whatever. And all fit
Yeah.
in little cliques of school of life that you used to being around.
Of course. It's every,
And I've
every
always
fucking
with the
place.
oddball, nerdy kids because I needed help with school.
Mm.
I wasn't a scholar. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, I need help with this. I don't understand this fucking algebra.
Mm.
This I can't wrap my head around it. And just did that and hung out. But I was working for Popeye's Fried Chicken.
I do like some Popeyes.
all through high school.
The old school one though.
Yeah.
That's the one where
under
they're
Al
you can-
Copeland.
with the
you can
fucking
get like
buffet.
livers and
Oh God, yeah.
gizzards and
My
shit
fucking
like that. At,
yeah.
Popeyes.
My uncle came down when my dad passed, and he wanted to go get some of that shit. It's like that's like gas station food. Like he's
it's
like, oh,
not.
Churches has it. It's like they fucking don't have it.
They don't anymore for sure.
They used to, but yeah, I mean that was fucking years and years ago, man.
Yeah, I
Oh.
was there. It's me and my buddy invented popcorn shrimp for
Get the
Popeyes
fuck out of
back-
here.
Nuggets just came out,
Uh-huh.
and then a buddy went shrimping, and we had codes. So when you came up to drive-through, we had a code, and we knew it was one of our friends of somebody.
Yes.
When we bartered either some liquor, beer,
Mhm.
you know.
It's
And
fucking
I had
10
the shrimp,
piece.
and we went and battered up the shrimp and fried it. And we're sitting back there eating, and then
You guys,
guy up in the front's like, Al Copeland, our manager,
Yeah.
the junior was our manager, and he come in, and the guy's like, they're back there cooking shrimp, and I was like, oh really? And he comes walking back there, and we got TUL on, listening to cassette tape,
Yeah.
doing our thing, and he comes in, and we're like, my buddy Stewart's like, I let him do the talking, and then I saw talking. He goes, how'd y'all make this? And Stewart goes, we tell you that, we have to kill you. And we just and I think he was like 80,
Right.
89 pounds. We were like the wrestling team, the little, from
Featherweight.
all the way up to, I graduated at 119 wrestling.
Yeah.
So,
Still like
so yeah, it's always been fascinating. I always, even when I go to shows and I just look, like y'all see me walking in, I'm checking out all the architect, the way things are made, what's in and out, how they made these, why the rooms are this way, why is this that way.
right.
So it's always, I guess, taking things apart and put them back together, or modifying, like, your bicycle, hot rod cars, things like, you always, like models. I don't know if y'all did models when you were younger.
I did
Yeah.
2.
I did. I used to do a couple of them, and then I like doing Lego sets and shit now. Just putting things together with instructions. I did construction for a long time because that was fun to just
The
build houses
Lego
with your
world
fucking hands.
that's insane.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts and expensive, crazy expensive.
I didn't, yeah.
They got the fucking. I think there's 2 of them that are like $1,000 fucking dollars. They're Star
I'm
Wars
sure
shit.
there's
It's
more.
like they got the fucking Millennium Falcon. And it's like this goddamn big, and they got the fucking Death Star. Like the box for the fucking Death Star is just ridiculous. It looks like a fucking refrigerator.
And you have to put it all together, Lego.
It's like little fucking
and it
Legos.
tells you, kind of gives you a passageway on.
Oh, they tell you
what
exactly
size
what
it's
to do.
on.
I guess you put it out together over like a month.
It's not something you do overnight
It's not like
for
you got
sure.
a big tub of Legos, all different sizes, pieces of everything, and then you have at it and build whatever you
Yeah,
want to
I
build.
think they break it down now
Yeah.
into like little parts. So it's like you have a bag of random shit, and then you put that together, and then it connects to the next bag of shit.
I'm lost in the Lego world. About the coolest Lego thing I seen was in New York, and they had,
Lego store.
I guess, a Lego store, but they
On
had a big,
Times Square, they have a Lego store.
Times
I think.
Square.
said a
Times Square,
huge
yeah.
Lego. I can't
Start
remember
this
what it
over.
was. Anyway, it was a character, but all Legos, and I'm like,
How's it
this
do?
is cool.
Doing good. Let me check the video real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry to fucking.
When did you go to New York?
This was 2015.
Okay, cool. Oh, I was going to ask you before we got too far away from that. So you went to the Marines, and how long were you in the
I
Marines?
was in for 4 years.
And you said that took you all over the world.
Yeah.
What kind of cool places did you go in the Marines?
Well, I got to live in England
That's cool.
and
Where at?
Nuki,
Nuki.
a surfer fisher town way down south. Imagine that.
Right.
But they had surf. They have like 3 to 5 set fast waves, 3 foot
Okay.
high, coming in. Sometimes you get a bigger swell, and the water is freezing.
Yeah.
Fuck any
They
of that
hold
means.
the UK Surf Masters there. So I'm like, where's all the punk rock new wave girls at? And I'm like in, the size of Chalmette.
I'm just trying to
you know
get
what I
fucking
mean?
laid out here.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Are you in
Nah, I was in civilian clothes. Civilian
Yeah, of
clothes.
course. No, I fucking
No.
dressed out in my blues.
No,
fucking going
that's what I was saying. Over in England, they're in speedos all the time. They're not in fucking
all through
right, yeah.
all through
Yeah.
Europe.
yeah.
Yeah,
All,
they're very liberal
especially
with their cock and balls.
Czechoslovakia and going all across all Poland, all of them.
Yeah.
I traveled and I got friends from Czech and we went over there. Dude was working on the road, a working crew, the work boots on, and in the Speedo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big burly
Right, getting it in though.
out there doing the road, and then I'm like, look at this shit. This is And I was, if you haven't been to Czech Republic, I highly recommend go. It's a lot like Louisiana, as in the.
I'll bet. I've heard it's exactly. No, I'm
Yeah,
joking.
it really. We got so much like it. It's fascinating. You get to Prague, and they
Is it
got
like
small little cities, but Prague is a pretty busy city.
Is it like a fishing culture there or something like that?
Yeah, it's just like us. It's sportsmen. The further you go down, and it's all hunting and fishing and do whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like being here. That's what it reminded me of, and it was beautiful.
Hell yeah.
When you got out of the Marines, did you use that experience to go to college? Like, did that pay for college or something?
I had
You see, you went to Delgado?
Basically you save money
While you're
while
in
you're
there?
in.
because you
Yeah.
can't do
They
shit
call it
with
like the GI Bill.
Right.
So they got your money, and you got a time limit to use it. So if you use
Right.
it a little bit, then so I used that to go while I was working. I went to still been back at what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Did you buy a Camaro?
I wish I didn't. I was driving. Who was I driving? I was driving a Pontiac Le Mans.
Okay.
Not the sports. Le Mans
about to
was
say,
a
that's
tough
pretty
car.
close.
It is a fucking tough car.
But no,
yeah.
it was
it was not.
a
that one.
80s. So it was like the what was it? The Honda Civics. Those little.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was
Probably
pretty
awesome.
Everybody that I knew went
I
to the
drove-
fucking military, anything, came back with a Camaro. As soon as they came
Mine,
back, they
well,
fucking
came
bought
back
a
with
Camaro.
Mustangs.
Right, yeah. Muscle
yeah.
car, though. Muscle car.
I went straight to. I was worried about, I wanted to get away from where this. I came back into what I left. Like nothing changed.
Yes. No, of course.
But me,
Right.
same
Hey, that's interesting.
scenario, same everything. The people are the same. Everybody's still acting the same. It's just like, what the fuck? I'm back. Like you leave hell and you come back to it.
Yeah. Nothing changes.
But then,
Right,
Nothing
but
stays the
but
same.
you got to change your perception of it to live there.
Well, you're gonna,
Yeah.
like he's saying, if you change, you're gonna look at it differently now. So that it's not. You go back to a situation that you were so immersed in before that it was your life. Now you're looking at the outside of it. It's like that was my life. I don't know if I'm gonna do that again.
Yeah.
I was from a divorced family, back and forth thing.
Yeah. Yep.
And then that's what all the schools I went to. But it was just, I couldn't do what get that proper education that I wanted within the arts when I was in school.
But that's why I was asking earlier about the art, because you had decided to go to college for art after that.
I didn't know. I always drew all through my whole life. Mm-hmm. And then kind of on my exiting, I had more downtime to where I did draw. And I just started stylizing, looking at different things, from traveling, looking at buildings and art.
Yeah. Right.
So you try to figure out an artist is, you got to find your niche or what really brings you joy. So when I came in, there was nothing but metal bands, Zeppelins. You got everybody fighting. It just, it's the same thing. The punks were changing. If you weren't in this things like I got away from fucking high school and it's still going on.
Yeah. One side. Yeah.
And I'm just like,
100% is.
fuck. So, I'm trying to find my tribe to kick it with,
Right.
Musically, art, and everything. And there was a big void that I didn't realize that was there until later.
Yep.
I just said, I didn't look. I'm just like, all right, if I do something, I'm going through it and I'm done. And when I'm done, I'm like, all right, I keep going through different. I set missions
Yeah.
for myself to accomplish, physical, mental, whatever. Try to challenge myself. If I don't challenge myself, I'm not happy.
Right. I can understand
So
that.
no matter in all spectrums of being a human,
Yeah.
and if you fuck with yourself enough, some people do drugs. Everybody's, I did drugs.
Mhm.
And then your body tells you when not to do them anymore.
Just listen to that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I know LSD's, that's a motherfucking drug there. Tulane University was giving that shit out. They were
Really?
making, that's whole, Tulane owns all the river, everything along. Tulane's is the Ivy League of the South.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yes,
sure.
it is. I'm trying to get into that bitch.
I didn't know they were giving out LSD though.
That was-
I would have
yeah,
went to
that
college
was-
a long time ago.
It's definitely,
I'm joking. I haven't done LSD since like 2002.
It's
Man,
been
at
so
least you
long.
did it once. I mean, I always tell, it's
Yeah.
like you just got to know yourself. And
It
that'll
is-
also put you on that path to knowing yourself.
Right. Well, it is a well, for most people, it's a life-changing moment because it does take you out of your comfort zone. It shows you a lot of shit you would have never seen, and then when you come out of it, a lot of people are happier or understand something about themselves they didn't fucking know before. It's really weird how that fucking one trip can fucking really like change, the makeup.
I took, because I was like, just drank. I never smoked weed. So I was like 24,
Uh-huh.
you know.
And then that
And
was
then
in California or here?
No, here. When I came back home.
Yeah, Tulane. They're giving it out for
They were
free.
giving it out. They were
I
fucking-
forgot. Jesus.
they were
Christ.
doing it at the block party when they did the quad shows.
Yeah.
So you were
Fucking awesome. Like,
you were into music that are like in New Orleans. You were into punk rock back
Before even that, my parents, my whole family was into music, and
musicians or just
some were
fans?
musicians, and others, you think, and others were appreciative of it.
Yeah.
DJ'd in it.
I was thinking this shit earlier because I had this. It was just a thought that was happening with it. It was like when I was growing up, it was a lot of like music happening in the house. We had the big fucking stereo system, and
Yeah.
you just like put CDs on, and that kind of rolled throughout the day. We didn't have cable, so we weren't watching a bunch of shit on TV, anyways. Nowadays, for me, it's like when I put on just a Spotify thing while I was cleaning the other day with everybody. There was no TV on. I was like, man, this is like what I used to fucking do all the time, like multiple fucking days in a row of just like music all the time in the house.
Yeah, they're like. I really wish that I've got that record player. I really wish that I would just start playing my records more often.
Play this Bad Religion one I found.
Yeah, he's found that.
Found that
in
in the
hall.
fucking hall. It had a
The
lamp right next
ritual
to it.
of playing a record, you, as no TV, listening to records.
sorry.
I went through 8-track and then I think cassette. Yeah, then cassettes came in. I even seeing all the way they record, but that ritual of pulling a record out, holding it, cleaning
the
the
needle
needle
on
off
it,
and
yeah.
set it and drop it, and then you want to be. You start really fucking up is when you're trying to move the. I just
To
want to hear
find the
this song
song.
on, yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
your
gotta
little
put a
brother,
fucking dot on that
and your
bitch,
friends, and
know.
it's just like, you're just tearing up your record.
Of
and
course.
So, you didn't, but that whole ritual of hearing the click and it rolls back, you have to go change it because that's all that was going on in the house. It wasn't like a TV.
No.
You didn't have any other distractions but yourself. and
Now
someone.
there's
Well,
so
it's
many.
so weird when it stops and then there's nothing going on. It's like I didn't realize how silent it was before the music stopped. Like
Well, like the snow week, you went out, you didn't hear anything. It was so quiet.
It was very nice.
You didn't
Just
hear
crunch,
the
crunch.
the cars and everything, the planes flying over. It was just
Yeah, it was fantastic. It almost like
Yeah.
felt like the snow was taking the sound.
Right,
When you-
yeah.
and also felt like whenever you were out there, it's like super easy to breathe.
Yeah.
Just a lot of
Well,
moisture
I like
everywhere.
that COVID shit. It was like
yeah.
for a while nobody was driving. The air actually cleared up over a lot of fucking cities. It's like
Yeah,
this is nice. Just
Yeah.
walking around and I don't have to worry about getting hit or there's a million people trying to do literally nothing. But it's so
man,
important.
You could smoke and it's just crazy. No seatbelts. We were like riding in the back of the truck, sitting on the edge, and just
Oh
going
yeah,
whatever, just
yeah. Oh, you
just
get
doing
super pulled
wild.
over
It was
now.
we had some wilds.
We did that a
We
lot.
just
though.
ran wild, and it was
Yeah.
fun. You know right from wrong, so and you got to watch out for the creepers.
Ah,
They had a lot. That was a lot of much as they creepy now. It was the same way back then. Probably even through the history of humans.
Oh yeah,
Right.
for sure.
It's harder to
I
get
feel
caught
like-
back then, so it's probably even more.
Yeah, that's probably that's why the serial killers got away for so long.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I feel like it gets a little fucked up now because people have more access to the crazy shit. So it's like the little things that they think of that are crazy that normally if you couldn't just research something like that or with the fucking drop of a hat, I'm like, oh well, that was stupid to fucking think that. Whatever. And it's like, oh no, somebody else thought like that.
Yeah, you
That's
find
fucking-
community.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's really the whole internet is so addictive.
Sorry.
I could go into the worm by researching back about being a DJ and listening to local music and growing up on music. You could go into the wormhole. You're supposed to be in bed, say 11, 12,
Right.
maybe, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And you've been at it since say 6.
Right.
You know.
With a full day's work on
Yeah,
this
and
shit.
just like you find a lot. I mean, I found a lot of stuff. Finding new things and new things and new things going on about local musicians.
Like I've said it a couple of times. I told him, but it was like once the internet happened and music was so much more accessible, and then people were able to produce more. The way I take in music now is so different than when it was when I was younger, and it affects the way I write shit now too. It's just like very punchy, quick. Just get it done, get it the fuck out of here.
Then
kind
you
of
work
things.
it out.
Yeah,
That's like graphic design.
Yeah.
I doodle it.
yeah.
Variations. Envelopes.
I wanted
things
to ask
like
that
that.
shit
and
on that. I know you did this one digitally. What do you like the digital art? You like physical shit? You paint.
Well,
What's it do?
I put all of that. That's all inked in, and then I scan it. Boom, boom, go through that route.
Okay, so you draw it first
Yeah.
and then fucking make it happen. Okay, so is
Yeah,
that
then I
for
roll
everything
through
you
it.
do?
And it's all vector artwork. Majority of it, I say.
all physical
80%?
first and then
Yeah,
go through with the shit.
80%,
That's cool.
yeah.
That's
So
very
it's-
cool.
What's vector artwork?
Vector artwork is the master of the artwork that you can manipulate and move it.
Okay.
But for burning certain type of plates to do printing, machinery, CAD, doing the pipe
Yes,
and all,
okay.
on and on and on. So that's all took over what would be engineering
Yes,
and
yeah.
drafting. So it took all of those things, and that's what they needed for the machines to read to make the print.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yes.
So I'll give it
Blueprints of
like
everything.
embroidery.
Yeah.
I digitize it, make it all in thread, make the design in thread.
Yeah.
Off the drawing I did and make it in thread, and then put it on a garment. And then you got to make sure you have the pull comp, the tension on it. You ever see the embroidery where it's all puckered in
Yeah,
on
fucked
somebody?
up with this
Yeah,
shit. Now
they
you gotta
not.
like stretch this motherfucker
Yeah,
out.
they didn't.
Well, he should know. He fucking pulls canvas and shit. Yeah, dicks.
But it's a fact. I got in. Yeah, printing and music. That's all. I mean, you're looking at the record. It goes back to the records.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah, yeah.
parents, basically like I was saying to Richard what a record is, but I was the kid.
Wanting to fucking
Go
record on
go
it.
flip it.
Yeah. Oh, real quick. With the tattoos and as an artist, have you drawn any? Do you even do that, or do you want somebody else's shit on you?
I go through different artists,
Mm-hmm.
the things that I like, and find different people throughout the years.
Right.
And
Anything that you've drawn though that you're like, this has to fucking be on me.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, you got it on.
it's
you?
like a whole. My tattoos are a whole symbolism of my.
Of course,
life,
yes,
all
of
my
course.
Adventures. And
Yeah,
things.
mine super have meaning. They don't.
I don't have
Yeah, like
any.
I had my little. His name's Cadillac, my little character,
Okay.
and
Is he on anything?
It's on a lot of the older
Shit.
ones.
Yeah. Oh, we
That's
got a
similar, but I
crawfish on
turned
this
him into
motherfucker.
I turned him into a shit bird. That's him, but he's a shit bird.
yes.
So it's always I used him through a lot, and that was like my little thing that I
Little
did.
go to kind of.
Yeah, he was just
come
my
back
comic
to-
book, and
you
he
know?
was always, I could put him in any situation,
Yeah.
So
I was looking at this. I forgot. I wanted to talk about this. The 504 Rock Art Circus thing, where you have fucking bands coming through on shit. This thing you put together, like
started that
multiple a bit.
yeah, it
right?
started that in '92.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah.
And
All
then
right.
I gave it a name. It was always the 504 Music Fest or some shit
Right,
like
yeah,
that. And then and that goes into that void I filled. The kids are like they won't let us play because we're not metal,
Right.
and nobody would book them. Mm-hmm. And it was, Scott Dangler while I was around. It was all, and that was like the 90s pop punk scene.
Yeah.
All right.
And I guess hardcore.
Yeah.
Pop
That would
hardcore.
be,
I don't even know
like-
the genres they call it.
I
But
feel like 85 to 89 is pretty fucking much hardcore
we had a lot
punk
of
and shit.
fucking badass bands here that I found that just. That's why it's it's underground, and you don't.
Yeah.
That's why.
There's a lot of good shit going around right now. A lot
And
of good
it's-
hardcore, a lot of good thrash shit. Got a lot of good.
That's, like, I mean, I'm not even
So
the
much
biggest
good
metal listener, but like there is so much
Lot of
good, metal
bands.
that is
Yes.
like comparable to international acts.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
you know?
And they just like
Well, and
rent
it was
space down here.
kind of the thing
You
with
know.
it was like when I was coming up and playing shit, and it was like there were so many goddamn metal bands. Everything was just kind of a cookie cutter of something until somebody came out with a better thing, and then they just cookie cut that fucking shit out. But now it seems like there is a lot of fucking different cliques of fucking things going on, and everybody kind of comes together on that, and each band has their own little style to it. So it's like you're not even going to see one style of music if you like this one band, whoever they're fucking running with,
I mean, I think bands had the sound but didn't know of each other in the doo-wop and all those days.
Right.
They heard whoever the top player was, and they mimicked their own way and took it their own direction or try to copy it.
Right.
So
When they pushed them around so much too, it was like you didn't really have time to meet with anybody. It was like bang these fucking albums out, bang these fucking shows out. We take all your money. Like,
yeah, they basically, you got really not much.
it was not much.
Not much at all. I mean,
They
just to
owned you.
record, just to get recorded, it's like you made it. At least that's
Yeah.
going around the radios. Radio was that's the only way you heard anything.
Of course, yeah.
And
That's why they bought the records. Yeah.
in other countries that you couldn't have music, especially during the 80s, and even other ones before that.
Where
You
were
know-
you getting your music in the 80s? Were you having to send off for stuff, look through zines to get stuff?
We had
Right,
record
shit.
stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I know like
Right, like
They
how
had
would
a
you
few,
know about
not
it?
underground zines.
that's what I mean. Like underground stuff was probably not easy to get.
They wasn't.
Right, it's super fucking underground.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking you
Now
gotta
underground stuff you can get wherever you want.
Yeah.
Well, somewhat,
Almost, almost.
It's it's a lot more accessible, but you have to know the
Still
bar to
look.
be at. You got to know where it's going.
I'm
to
just
be.
saying, like most bands have like a band camp or
Yeah.
I like
something
that
like
shit.
that.
Well, I like the underground thing because it's like I found something special.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
nobody
we
else
had to
knows about
hunt.
this shit.
So if you
Yeah.
go, I got this new band right
Right.
here, and you're like,
Yeah.
what?
How? What?
And they're like, what do and like, and play it, and they're like,
Yeah.
what the hell is this? And it's all different.
I love
Especially like
that
playing the
shit.
Sex Pistols, the Ramones, and it wasn't going. You had Blondie on the radio. Had a lot of bands had those one hits,
Right.
and they were doing it, but it wasn't. Down here, we like 2 years behind.
Oh yeah.
Maybe 4 in a sense, depends what direction you want to go. And now we'll say we're more 2 pushing to a year behind.
Yeah.
Because the internet keeps everybody, acting upon, because we don't have enough people per
Yeah.
city that are into the stuff that we're into.
That's
Right?
yeah.
And
that's
it's
it.
really, really, really hard. And I learned when I started booking more that the other promoters would be upset with me because I booked on a punk show, but I said, you won't let this band play.
right.
You got an out-of-town band coming in, and you don't have a local playing with them? I
That
said,
doesn't make sense.
do you think if you got a band from Kenner or the West Bank or wherever, Houma, and they had them all around.
Right.
504 used to be North Shore
Right.
all the way to the Gulf.
Right. Yeah.
All of a sudden, and it was insane.
Nice.
That whole thing like blew my mind, just through with music. And I want to put out records. I want to be like, Ian McKay and all those guys, like,
Right.
but it's just, hey, I'm doing it, but I'm by myself, it's because my teammates always veer off
Fluctuate.
and you got a
Right.
kid, family things.
Exactly.
Right.
Life,
Strung
literal
out,
fucking life happening.
dead,
Yeah.
so constantly.
That's what I'm saying. It's
If
just
you-
fucking literal life happening.
I
It's-
mean, we're in a very, looking from the outside at us, we're in a very dangerous we're in dangerous places
Yeah.
compared to everybody else.
Oh, in New Orleans?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking yes.
Everything we do is like they just my friends. I'm totally different from a lot of my friends
Yeah.
I grew up with. You know, they like I could call them and like, can we do this? And they, you know, depends on what I'm asking, we could do it. And because they got kids and on and on. One's my other one's grandparents. And I'm just like, this is crazy. But they looking at me and like, what the fuck are you doing? What
Why are you out there?
What are you doing on St. Bernard? What is it, St. Bernard Avenue by the Goat and all that place? And they like, what the fuck is Creek? Because
Creepy Fest is running their whole
Fest is
fucking
like,
thing on
and
it.
it's
Yes,
just fucking
It's
insane.
like you don't understand how cool it is.
right.
And
Well,
you got to
that's
make the other soul bars and different types.
Yeah.
They're all different types of bars.
also great fucking food around there. 100% great food.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I've talked to him about this. It's so weird to bitch about shows down here and then have other fucking bands are like, man, I could just wish I could fucking play New Orleans, you know, or like it's weird to play in such a big music place and then also be like, this fucking shit
Sucks.
is hard. It fucking sucks,
Tell me.
right?
Oh my! It's yeah.
We played at it was the Holy Diver. I don't know what it is now.
It's still Holy Diver.
It is
Holy
still
Diver
okay.
now.
Yeah,
We were there
Oh, it was
when it
Sydney's
was the other
Saloon.
thing.
It was
Sydney's,
Sydney's
yeah.
Saloon. We played it there, and then we had a band called Dial Drive, who's fucking amazing, from I think Florida. We had played with them before they came down, and they were like, "Is there good food around here?" I was like, "Yeah, there's a lot of good food around there. Don't go up and down the streets though. Like you can go straight to the light and turn down that main road. Don't go down these side streets at all." And we're out at the show, and we finish all our sets, and we're fucking smoking a cigarette, and you just hear pop, 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 pop. I'm like, who was that? I'm pretty sure somebody just got fucking shot. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you can go back inside, I guess.
You know, fuck around. You know, you.
And yeah, somebody did get shot.
And
We
everybody's
fucking
got
found the
beefs,
thing of
you
it.
know, and it's just
It's
somebody got
crazy.
shot in front of kicked the dude out of Siberia, and they knew
What
each
the
other,
fuck?
something like that, and the dude
Oh, I
pulled
hadn't
out
heard
and
that.
shot him.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
And I was like, and they knew each other,
Yeah.
and I don't know whatever came
What
of it, but
the
he shot
fuck?
him, and it was like, I don't know if the police. I'm sure I don't know if we have. You know, you go to the hospital, a gunshot wound.
Police
It's probably
come.
really
Police come.
common that they
Police show
don't
up to
go to
all of
you know
them,
the
though.
police. I don't know how the police will get involved.
I think they have to show up to every gunshot wound. It's kind of like when you fucking put your car in a ditch and you get the tow truck, they have to call the police to come there to make sure you weren't fucked up. They have to be like, how did you get shot? Did you shoot yourself?
Man,
Did
I was
somebody
just
shoot you?
walking.
Like, right?
was
I was
trying to-
literally just trying to go home, man.
I was smelling
Fucking-
barbecue, and I just started following my nose, man.
Oh, you were by the goat? All right, yeah. No, that makes
Up
sense.
in the wrong place, man.
Yeah.
I took a ricochet.
But for real.
It was a falling bullet. I don't know. You know? Fuck. That's why.
There's a fucking second
love-
line on Sundays. People just shooting in the fucking air. Like,
That's all over the world. They do that crazy shit.
ridiculous. Why in the air, man?
When do you think, like, since you've been in the scene this long, when do you think was the most fun time you had going to see bands and things like that?
good.
Like, are we talking 10 years ago, 20 years ago, right now?
Now.
When's your favorite
Well,
time?
Also, it's
the
fun
biggest
when you're a little
band,
more established
Pontchartrain
with it.
Beach, had cover bands,
Mm-hmm.
and that was pretty cool for me to watch it at a stage, people everywhere. Elvis played there also, but I didn't get to
Nice.
see that. But that was my first live show experience. And then my dad, I think 84 or something, I don't know. We went and saw Cheap Trick was my first
Nice.
official
It's
big
supposed to
band
be
to
an
see.
amazing live show. I haven't seen it.
I like Cheap Trick. I like the Sticks. Wish I
Yeah,
could
they
see
were
those
like
motherfuckers.
they weren't Journey and all of them. They were like the rock and roll
Yeah.
pop or
That's why I like
power
Cheap Trick,
pop
'cause I'm
or
not
whatever you want.
I'm not
you
a
know.
big fan of Journey and things. I mean, of course they write fucking amazing songs.
Fuck,
but
like we were talking about
get out of
Foreigner.
here.
Yeah.
Foreigner's fucking
We were
great.
talking about Foreigner one night, and we were just like, wait a minute. And
There's
I'm
some
like, the
38
whole
special.
album,
Yes, they're great.
it's all
Fucking-
the whole
it's
album's
all
great.
bangers. I'm sorry, it just is.
Even then, you got to throw the ballad in on them. It's just, but
Gotta
that's
hit 'em with it.
it's just it was that was crazy, it was fun. But that show, seeing Cheap Trick, and then like I said, drawing record covers and stuff. Iron Maiden, Eddie was the most fascinating thing. And then
Iron
Pink.
Maiden covers are fucking crazy.
Yeah, that
like so detailed too. Like
that
the draw.
guy,
Jesus
Derek
Christ.
Riggs.
That guy goes.
Is
Do you go see him at?
I didn't have a chance to go that day. He's
at,
supposed to be coming back
22,
again.
22 Sound in Mandeville.
Okay.
He goes and does signings over there.
What?
Does he do? I'm
No
assuming he probably
shit.
comes over here and does the same.
No.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay. Well, over there, like
comes
I know
over.
that I was
he's been there
invited.
twice at least. Whenever
Yeah.
in the
Did
past
you get
couple
it?
years.
I think he did it
Album
last year and the year before, maybe.
Nice.
Yeah, he did it twice.
That's
already.
fucking cool.
He's probably going to do it
Shit.
again this year.
Seems
So
cool.
Whatever. Right now, Shepherd Ferry's in town.
Have you driven? Have you
Where's
drawn
Shepherd?
a
Wait,
I'm sorry.
where's
Sorry.
Shepherd Ferry?
He's I gotta look on my
there
phone,
it is.
but he's doing a build inside of a building, in I think the CBD.
That's cool.
Have you ever drawn somebody's cover? Somebody's fucking
Yeah, I
album
got
cover?
a few
Yeah?
few 7-inch. The first 7-inch I did was secondhand. Puke and Fall Over. I kind of did a Kiss spinoff.
Puke and fall over.
Yeah,
I like that.
If
name.
Secondhand
I like
was
that name
a-
a lot.
that was one of the first bands I started working with, and they were like still in high school.
Okay.
They played at my buddy's apartment. They played in a room about this big,
Fuck yes.
and it was just
Fuck yes.
crazy. The kids they were so full of energy, you know. They were just ripping it up.
Punk
Nonsense.
shit?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Going in fast punk, like skate punk to
I like that.
no FX
Okay. I like
with
that.
a little
I
bit
like all
of
that.
Heavy
Just
scream
nasty.
voice.
Just fucking good.
It was pretty fun. Sent them out on tour. It was they were signed to Recess Records
Okay.
in high school.
Damn. That's not a record company anymore, though, is it?
I
Recess?
think they still I think he popped it back up as
okay.
on.
I thought it was done.
You know, now I guess he's trying to dump his catalog. 'Cause, you know,
Yeah.
you had to. It's not as easy, you know, to make. You got a bunch of records. Like another friend of mine. I don't know if you had well, the Royal Pendletons and them on it, and Anthony Turduncan records. He's got a gallery on Magazine Street right in the beginning. He put out a no-fi compilation. 90s was big on a lot of compilations. So
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Due to
where I
the
heard
fact-
a lot of my punk was because of fucking
Yeah,
compilations.
ska compilations.
Punkorama.
punk, yeah.
I had so many of those.
Even
we
like-
had local ones. That was
Yeah.
he put out one. I put out
I didn't know about that shit.
one of my own and worked on maybe 3 others with
I think
quick
they should
dummies.
still do that.
And who else? That was Rob Romanhauser that did that one. And he was just a nervous wreck. But really, you know, very awkward to be around. But it's all right. He was cool. I was cool with
most
him.
artists
You know?
are.
Yeah, he
like,
was-
Come on.
I didn't let nobody fuck with him. A few times I had to snatch some motherfuckers up for fucking with
You
him.
know-
That was not cool.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Mike, oh fuck! Here's something I just remembered that was fucking funny. You know, Rob, good Rob. So Rob, I love you, man. You fucking badass, dude. This guy was running a major zine and he, you know, as awkward as he was like
Getting it.
hanging out with Bruce Springsteen just for say that, doing stuff right in all sports. He's into sports now, and he does all. But he's all over. Does what he wants.
Yeah.
Gets, you know, his family was all into. He's a collector in the sports stuff.
Gotcha.
And then went into music and all. Yeah, we're backstage at I think it was after the show. Social Distortion with I'm trying to think who it was with. I don't know if it was I don't know, we just got back. They just started
Either way,
touring.
yes. We're
And
backstage
Rob was
with
back
Social
there
Distortion.
and he weirded Mike Ness out and they threw him out. And you know, the back area is just fenced in. It was at the hangar.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
So
I played
you're
the
right
hanger.
there. So and he's looking. I walk over to the
never
thing. I
played
said,
it.
"What's up?" He goes, "They kicked me out." I'm like, "Oh man." I said, "Well, I'll go ask and I'm gonna give you the signal,
Right.
yay or nay."
Get through. Yeah.
And so it wasn't happening. So I interviewed Mike a little bit, but it was just hilarious of being an awkward person trying to, you know,
What zine was that?
quick dummies.
Okay. That was local here? How long did that go on for?
Years, over 5 years.
In the 80s, 90s?
90s.
90s.
90s and 2000s is still into. In the, I want to say maybe 2000s, maybe all 2000s, you know, I kind of get it all blurred in together.
I wanted to ask you, too, about your radio show. How did that come to be? Like, how did you
Being
get...
a music nerd and found, you know, different country people. Like when I went to it's a rockabilly festival called Viva Las Vegas in Las Vegas, and you got all these different legend rockabilly players, and they have all the merch stuff going on like a big flea market. So you got buy whatever. And a guy from Europe had a booth, and he was showing me underground music from here.
Oh, so
that wasn't released. It was all released on a European label. So they went and bought stuff, whoever had the rights, and bought those 7 inches and put a compilation.
That's supposedly how the Rolling Stones got to listen to American blues, was because they were releasing albums from here over there that people weren't even listening to in America.
Yeah. They trying all the markets to, that was so easy. That's the whole quick change of everything. But you got to be dedicated if you want to do anything in this, especially the underground or whatever you want to do in life. But it's dedication. Y'all doing this thing, playing in all the bands, me, making stuff for the bands, listening to music, promoting the bands, whatever, doing my part like everybody else. We got to work kind of as a unified team, but, a lot of people aren't into the same thing, or they're scared to admit that they're into other things. That isn't metal. You got to be, and I'm like, I like it, but it's not my go-to.
I don't know. I respect metal a lot. Like I said, I mean, it's awesome metal around here, but I don't really listen to metal all that much. If we get on a bill with a metal band, I'll appreciate it. But
I still listen to some metal.
Yeah.
Do you?
I do.
It's a lot of good.
We just listened to this shit earlier.
Oh, that's
Crystal
true.
Lake shit.
Yeah. I'm still listening to old shit that I used to listen to in the 90s.
Yeah.
We gotta. That's the thing about here. There's like Brat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just jumped into it.
Yep.
I think she did karaoke, and her boyfriend said, we should put a band together.
Nice. Fucking.
And got Hennessy and the drummer. I don't know how they all know each other.
I don't know.
But Hennessy's been in a lot of bands. I've been seeing Hennessy around for many, many years.
I fucking I love the fucking Nancys. They fucking crush out there. And who's 9?
Yeah,
that
9's
fucking
badass.
band is ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
That's Mervyn Kirsch kids.
I don't know.
Okay.
The
yeah,
bastard son of Mervyn Kirsch. Their dad.
You seen Raid?
Yeah. Just
I've been to
I guess the last song.
Yeah.
Not the whole song. I just came in at the
Gotcha.
finish, so
Yes.
I got to see him again.
You should, because they're fucking man. Yeah. We I don't know if we played with them or no, we played with them.
Yeah, at Santos.
And when they went on, it's like, what in the fuck is happening?
You know who the singer is, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
It made me feel good just because like you're looking
and
at
the bassist.
Yeah,
like,
St. Vitus got. I don't know how they all of a sudden all these metal bands got revived that nobody knew about.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's
so
coming
they
back
brought them
around.
all in, and it kind of went in. And Dave lived here, and actually I did a shirt for him.
Yeah.
Way back, yeah.
Did you?
And
no,
that was
I
pretty
guess Bill
cool.
did the other fucking shirt.
I did the cross.
Yeah.
He just calls me, telling me I want this, and I'm all right. How's this?
No fucking.
Yeah. How's this? It's cool. All right. What we doing? All right. Cool. Here.
Yeah.
It's no problem.
You got
I'm easy to work with. I
do you
listen.
have a website somebody can hit you up on?
Yeah, 504 Whatstyle.
Okay.
.com, but
I saw there's jewelry on there as well.
yeah,
You make jewelry too?
yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I'm kidding. It's like
You
I said,
what?
I'm crazy, man. I just want to make stuff. So I'm looking
I
at all
love
the
it.
posters, and I'm just like, I'm not, just looking at the process of how to.
I was just telling it. Yeah, I was just telling him it was.
how
when we
things are
first started,
made.
it was like 2 little fucking things, and that popped up, and then he brought this, and we have all these like this whole fucking wall is just filled up so fucking much from people coming through on shit.
Wow,
Man, we got
that's
your
a
shit.
really cool off poster.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
one that everybody likes.
It's so fucking badass, man. It's so
doing the
fucking
Clockwork
badass.
Orange thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes a second to even see what's going on. It's like,
Right.
holy
I
It's
shit.
just
just
sick as
noticed it. I
fuck.
kept seeing it off, but then I was like, wait,
You got a fucking signed by 2 of them.
who
Yeah.
did that? Joey Ramone.
The same
Oh,
guy that
DD.
did the underneath here.
Yeah,
was it
that's
Chuck?
Chuck Wright.
Chuck Wright.
Yeah, he used to sing in some metal bands back in the 80s.
By the
too,
way, his
apparently.
fucking art is amazing.
Yeah, he is. Check out Chuck Wright's stuff.
Chuck Wright shit,
online.
but
But he does a lot of the shit I see is like this with the drippy thing.
Yeah.
and then he'll fucking like graffiti fucking
Do the stencil work.
shit over
Yeah.
it, like quotes. He'll do like Einstein. He's got a fucking quote graffitied on it. It looks.
I've
it's
got a
pretty well.
Houdini and a Napoleon. At
I like the
shop.
Houdini a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, street art's pretty cool.
It's nice. Yeah.
I don't like tagging.
No,
Right.
you don't. I like it. I think whenever I finally start seeing somebody's style like all over town,
I'd rather
I do like that.
the picture of it looks
Yeah.
cooler.
Yeah.
You know, I know they running and gunning on a
Right,
tagging
yeah.
thing, but you know, you gotta.
I do like
there-
a fucking
they-
train though. I do like
There
watching
is.
a train.
Oh yeah, that's just visual going by.
It's
Yeah.
so
Oh,
good
my,
because
you're
it's
like,
like
whoa, look at this,
it's
look
some
at that.
bullshit fast tag that somebody had to get in and out, and then it's like, how long did you spend on this? It's the whole fucking car, like just
Yeah,
the
they
bottom side.
practice their. I mean, it's dedication.
It's good, yeah, and that too, you know, and always underground, done under the cover of night. You know, they don't do that shit during the day.
No, it's bad when they for my thing now. You kind of had a different code back then.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You didn't go fuck up, somebody's business
Right,
and
yes,
things
of
like
course.
that, especially small knit communities.
Well, I feel like that's why trains happen because they
Right.
were in and out.
and
like
you
this
do
doesn't
underneath,
fucking,
you
know,
do all the, what we
hit
pay
a
our
bridge.
taxes for.
Yeah,
You know, we paid for it. Go
Yeah.
make
Go
it look
paint
a
that
little
shit.
bit better. You know.
yeah.
But it's all about.
I do like
it's
that
all
shit
about
too.
getting up.
Hitting a fucking underpass and seeing something on the fucking pillar or like right on a stone wall as you get out. That's
Yeah.
cool as fuck.
The train bridge going across when you're coming out of Old Metairie going into New Orleans right by the cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
That's whatever. I guess that's Mid City, Old
I'd
Metairie.
say so, yeah.
Mid City by Delgado.
Yeah.
They always painted. I remember seeing a cold on there when was a little kid.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the cold?
What is it?
Oh, the band.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
rolled.
Oh, what was
Oh,
the fucking,
okay.
Yeah.
on the-
Gotcha.
So when
Yeah.
you're going into New Orleans, it said the cold. And I think the Dukes had one, or the Dukes put up something. Somebody always put up.
What was the one? Caveman. Do you remember seeing this fucking shit? It was the hotel
Yeah.
right by fucking Mr. Binky's off of Chef. And it was Caveman fucking blacked out in all the shit. It's like, who the fuck
whole-
is this?
Each floor.
It was
You know what that
fucking
motherfucker?
sick.
He played with fucking Legos, man.
Nah, he had to because it was fucking. It
It
was
was so
tight.
cool.
It looked like it was a part of the fucking
When you
building.
turn,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everything
it was
was
ridiculous. And then who the fuck else did I see a lot? A Chew. I saw his fucking tag all over the fucking
Yeah.
place.
Balloon hands.
Oh, Mr. Balloon
Yeah.
Hands is fucking great.
It's-
He doesn't really do much tagging
what's
anymore. He
the
does
fat
murals.
ugly fat kids. What
That
fat
one was
kids?
fucking great. Oh God, I saw it on a fucking
He's in a
little
band,
tiny
too. He's-
bridge. We saw that shit. I don't know where we
Probably.
were going. Maybe it was Portside when we fucking was that the Suplex guys place?
Yeah.
Yeah. When we were going that way, when we were coming back, it's a little fucking bridge by the light. It had the fucking fat kids fucking tag under that shit. I wanted to take a picture so many times.
Yeah, they did
'cause,
Mid
like-
City Pete's. He's got like a carrot.
oh, really?
He's got his own little
Okay.
characters. You know. that he
That's what I
does.
mean. I think I don't mind once they start getting their own identity. Like I kind of like watching that happen. I know that's fucking,
But it's still-
still graffiti.
Like I'm saying, it's kind of the underground thing where it's like, it's cool that when you go into a fucking, you're at a bar that's pretty cool to you, and then you go take a piss and you see the fucking tag of somebody who's like, I see you all over the fucking place. You were here.
Yeah.
You were fucking, you're at the place that I go to. You know?
See, flyers. That was like, I guess, that kind of booking shows, and everybody put flyers on Decatur Street.
Yes.
Like before was at BMC. Before you get to the corner, there was.
Yeah.
It's still there. It's the building with
That's
the
still a
gray,
thing, huh?
with the gray.
This is right across from Checkpoints, right? Isn't that the fucking BMC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're walking towards
Royal. whatever the fuck
Santos.
it is. Yes.
working
yeah,
towards
thank you. Yes,
Santos,
yeah.
on your right side, you're gonna hit a building. It's all grayed, gray. That used to be our flyer wall.
Oh, no shit.
So when
okay.
you wanted to find shows, you walk down that street and you could look on the thing,
I like that. I
and
like
because
that.
you could flyer everything. And yeah, it's my first encounter was with the Gray Ghost. He was pulling flyers off. So that was his thing.
Oh,
to
that
pull-
fucking asshole.
Then he started.
Well, I say that asshole,
Yeah.
but yeah, like
It's
that fucking
kinda-
guy.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of I get it, but at the same time, like he
but
fucked
that's
up a
how
lot of
we-
shit because he started painting over stuff that was commissioned,
Yeah.
and he was a dick about that shit.
He
What-
was
what
Renegade.
the fuck are you guys talking
The Gray
Gray-
Ghost,
Gray
there's this
Ghost
old
going
fucking
into
guy. He would
graffiti.
fucking go and roll.
Oh,
fucking
I got
gray
you.
all
He would
over
gray it
everything.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, because I've seen that.
Buffing,
Yeah,
buffing.
that
He'll
was that
buff
guy.
out whatever tags and all.
all of it, and it didn't even do a good job. Like it just like was like a just cut over. It's like you didn't even paint the whole thing to kind of uniform this bitch. Like, so people would just come back and retag the shit. It's like you
Yeah,
just gave
well,
me like a
they-
very nice clean slate
Clean
now.
spot,
Like,
yeah, it's
fuck you.
primered.
Yeah, right,
They
right.
threw. He had a. He was pulling flyers. He was like I was doing Magazine Street, and he was taking mine down. And then I confronted him, and he was like, "You're not supposed to." I said, "What the fuck is it? Is
Bullshit.
it bothering you?" You know, and I'm just like shooting the staples out. But then they'll come pull it all off again. You know, and that
Yeah.
sucks, but that still happens today.
Yeah,
You know, but it goes in. On him buffing things out, I heard another spin on.
I've heard a
This.
couple, but
So they were saying he was an artist.
oh, I hadn't heard
So
this.
the way he was buffing things out, if you look at the perspective and the way the squares that he buffed out, the different
No, he's getting
shades.
a fucking shade
yeah.
on
He was
it.
making
Get-
art
get
with his
fucked.
cover.
So
No,
basically,
there's no fucking
so he
way.
fucking started a graffiti beef. That's what I'm thinking, you know. So they
I
would,
like that explanation a lot, actually, because I don't believe it. First off, there's no fucking way. But like, how fucking great would that be if he was just coming through and it's like, "Fuck your graffiti, I'm patchworking this shit."
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck you. I'm gonna
be
fucking
cool.
shade, drop things in here that if you were a real artist, you'd fucking know what I was doing. I like that.
and that's kind of it was talked about in the because you got underground
Of course.
commercial art in the art world is frowned upon by the higher
Right.
painters and all that stuff. Now I could paint like a master. I did it, tried it, sold it.
Right.
Redid a Raphael, Salvador Dali.
Oh, I do love some Salvador Dali.
And those are two off the top of my head.
I like the one with the face melting with the fucking stick holding it up.
Dude, that's
like it's
if you
face
ever
with a
could
piece
go
of bacon
to
or some shit.
St. Petersburg, Florida,
I know.
his gallery.
That's
there
where
is
I found out
amazing.
about it. My dad was working over there, and he brought my mom over because he was doing engineering work on that shit, and he had time.
Oh,
He
for
brought
the
her-
museum?
No, he brought her over there
Oh.
just to visit, and they went
Okay.
to the fucking Salvador Dali, and they came back with the full fucking book of all of his fucking work and all the shit. And that's how I got into him. It's like,
He's amazing.
what is this? What the fuck am I looking at right now? Because I hadn't seen any of the clock melting fucking shit. And then I, as an art project, took on. I drew the one where it was the melting
Faces.
face with the crutch holding like a cheek up with a
Yeah.
piece of bacon, like. And that was like the name of it. It's like face with bacon, like some stupid shit like that.
I think I've seen more Salvador Dali exhibits like across the nation. I like just come across one and be like, "Let's go do that."
Fucks me
Nothing
up
else
with
to
this
do.
shit is that you look at these things and you think they're so fucking old, and you find out this motherfucker was painting shit in the 70s. I think it was the same for Picasso. I thought that dude was an 1800s fucking guy. It's
Oh,
like,
no.
it's like 1960. Like fuck.
Would have all of those as traveling the world and going like there's I guess I think it's I don't know the name of it. I call it the astrological clock.
Okay.
It's a clock in Prague that this is a folklore that the engineer who made that, his team that made that clock. Another country wanted him to go over there
You make it for
and
them.
make it for them. And he said no. And you the slave for the
Right.
church.
Yeah.
And
Some
it took him
Medici.
forever, however long. And you just,
Yeah.
you're doing your thing. So he cut his eyes out, so you have to make.
Oh,
Again. That's
okay.
fucking dark.
That's
Yeah.
fucking nice. Yeah.
but
I
that's
like that
medieval
shit.
times. I mean, I don't know, dude. Just the
I got-
torture they did to people back then.
I know.
was
I took an
But
art
the
class
art-
at Delgado, and they.
Art's amazing.
I had to, yeah.
Totally
You
amazing.
know I was talking to somebody the other day. Do you think that amazing art from that time before photography. Do you think photography hurt art?
No.
Because it feels like the type. It feels like before you could just take a picture, people were trying to get so close to realism, and then ever since then, just been like, why would you want to make it just like a picture? I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well, because you can add things, position things, and then take a picture of it and kind of go off of what you wanted on that. It's like, this is kind of the vision that I had for it in a thing that I can blast onto something and then take that and turn it into my actual vision without having to fabricate every aspect of this fucking painting.
Well,
you know?
I was just saying like the masterwork.
Oh,
Like,
right, yeah,
those,
yeah.
like,
I gotcha. Yeah.
Like
they ain't had no TV, so they had to do
yeah,
something.
shit, yeah,
Right.
And then they
Yeah.
all went mad because the paints were very
Lead.
toxic.
Yeah, they were fucking bad.
And it was fucking. I mean, God, your teeth. I don't know. I could just see me back then. Just
Let's fucking
wilding out.
crush this fucking thing.
how many?
Oh yeah. We're on.
I don't do it
We
more
could
than
talk
an hour.
all night.
I know, that's what I'm
Some
saying.
interesting shit.
Well, Steve,
I don't like
man,
to edit more than an hour.
was there something that we didn't hit on that you'd like to talk about before
For
we
sure,
go?
yeah, right.
Be safe, but figure out who you are. You know?
Yes,
And
yeah.
I'm very, very happy that all the young kids are being punk rockers
Fuck yeah.
and doing different art, music,
Mhm.
and doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's each individual artist is on their path of joining a different band and doing it. You know, D. Sabul,
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
in
we
Europe.
had him on our shit. Yeah, he's
he's
fucking
an
great.
artist.
He is.
He could paint. I had him.
Oh, I
in-
didn't know that
yeah,
shit.
I had him in my art show.
Yeah.
I said, and he's like,
I just
said,
him as a
put
person
it in
felt
here.
like that.
Yeah,
shit,
and then
you
I
know?
didn't. He goes, I mainly do music. I'm like, well, just show you.
Show this
Doesn't
side
matter,
himself.
dude.
Yeah, just create.
Doesn't
Everybody
matter.
create and just
Yeah. They didn't ask
enjoy
if
it.
you're an artist if you fucking finger painted. You know, they didn't ask for that shit.
put the phone down and just look at everything.
Also, everybody, be like TJ. Be gay.
All right. Okay. Anyway, everybody check out Steve Whatstyle's website. What is it?
Yes.
504whatstyle.com.
Yeah, if you punch in 504 Whatstyle,
I
everything
want to
will
put
come
the
up on
thing at the very end here, but yeah, hit him up if you want some
it.
commissions on shit.
Instagram,
Yeah,
Facebook,
Come
all
out
the
and
fun
come see
stuff.
him. He's out and about in the fucking city. He's out at all the cool ass shows.
look around to most of the flyers. He's definitely drawn a few of them.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Look
it's a
at this
long
motherfucking
time.
banging ass shirt right here.
It's fun. It's
fucking
fun. Make
good.
the music, and I'll draw the image that I see within
Get
the
it.
music.
Thanks so much for
Yeah.
fucking
Oh
coming
man,
on
it's
here,
a pleasure
man.
talking
Of
with
course,
y'all.
yes.
Thanks so much, man.
We run the whole thing. If I can mom and them.
Huh.
Hair.
You remember when we were doing it and I was having trouble
Clapping?
Yeah. I was like holding my hand and like I don't know.
Wait.
It's so ridiculous.
Only one hand was moving and the other
Yeah,
one
I was
wasn't.
like bringing the other hand to it or something. Oh shit.